Alright, so just before I had to go to work today, they dropped the JP dev notes. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to cover it because I had to go to work. Then while I was at work, they had the live stream for the new Ragnarok update as well as sort of everything there. So today I thought we'd talk about this. We'd talk about all the good stuff they announced and all the less good stuff, if you will, or the negatives and positives. So yeah, let's just get into it. Alright, so I guess I'll be jumping between the patch notes and the dev notes a little bit, at least in the beginning, because first, of course, we are gonna get a TYR unit. He was announced, he was also leaked by 7DS Leaks, a very credible leaker, so we kind of already knew what was coming, but unfortunately, through the dev notes, before they actually announced him, we also knew that he wasn't gonna be a Nidhogger unit, because in this dev notes it says, we are currently examining the possibility of additionally releasing a specialized hero who can be utilized in the Nidhogger Demonic Beast battle. This does unfortunately mean that TYR is not gonna be that unit, he's not gonna be the guy. That doesn't mean he's not gonna work on a Nidhogger unit, because his kit sort of kind of maybe works on it just as well as like Freya's kit works on it, and you can potentially make like some sort of Ragnarok or unknown team with him. So maybe him, Freya, FREYR, and Red Magelda could work potentially. That's sort of the thought I have at the moment, but I guess we'll see. I guess time will tell. But it is a very interesting unit, and we'll go over it in just a bit. I just have to find the proper translations for this because I'm not gonna bother with like Google Translate. But anyway, we'll just go back to the dev notes. So they of course announced some good things, like yeah, they're gonna nerf the Demonic Beast battle, Nidhogger battle. People are of course struggling on it, and they're gonna make some adjustments, especially to the difficulty on floor 1 phase 3 as well as like floor 3 phase 1, with sort of the gauge that you need to fill up, right? I think they're gonna make it easier to maybe use like silver cards and give you more percentages towards depleting the gauge, right? Something like that. That's what I'm thinking, and that's sort of gonna reduce the reliance on RNG. You don't need to get the gold cards, you don't need to save, you don't need to stall out for as much. It's gonna be less annoying, but it's still not gonna be as easy as if they were to release the specialized unit for the Nidhogger Demonic Beast battle. Of course not, but you know what, it's gonna be easier. Maybe more people can clear floor 3 and stuff like that. So yeah, they're also gonna improve the hero arena by, for example, allowing players to back out of what was sort of the continuous battle. So if you face against an opponent, you will need to face against all 5 of the enemy's teams before you can actually take a break. But here there's gonna be like, you're basically gonna have to click a button to continue to the next battle. Say you defeated the first and the second of the enemy's team, then you can just, you know, back out and come back later and finish off the last 3 teams. That's a really good improvement, and they're also gonna make it possible for us to cheese the fight. So basically what I mean by that is this part right here. It says improving issues regarding unexpected disconnects resulting in defeat. With the improvements that they have planned, players will be able to resume battle from where they left off due to network issues, just like any other PvE content. And why this can be cheesed, if you know the Demonic Beast battles, if say you sort of mess up, you use the wrong cards and you just barely don't do enough damage with the cards you want to use to kill the boss, or you push it down to sort of a specific percentage threshold where you don't want the boss to be in, then before it's actually the boss's turn, you can pause the game, close out of the client and restart the client, and it's going to prompt you to sort of continue where you left off. You click yes, and you're going to start from the very round you actually got to use your cards in. This can of course be, but I don't want to say abused, but in the hero arena it's going to help you. Like say you're trying to kill a unit but you kind of want to save a card and you just barely don't do enough damage to kill that specific unit that you want to kill. You know that that unit does so much damage, it's going to basically wipe your team with an AoE attack or whatever. So before your turn ends, you just close down your client, you restart it, and you get to go again, and then you can use a little bit stronger attack that you kind of wanted to save, and maybe then you can sort of get a attack combo that's good enough to actually kill the enemies. I guess this can also be used to sort of get crits that you don't actually get. So if you do like 3 AoE attacks on the enemy team and like none of your units crit, and just back out, retry it, and then maybe next attempt you crit with all your attacks, right? And you just wipe the enemy team. Maybe something like that can also be used too. I still don't want to say abuse, because it's a system they're gonna implement here anyway. They know about the thing. They know that people just, you know, reset the client to reset the thing. So yeah. And they also talk about future improvements for the weekly reset schedule and the reward system are currently under review and will be implemented gradually down the line. And of course, just like with the Underground Labyrinth, they are gonna sort of keep improving every season of the hero arena until we get to sort of a good point, I guess. Now, unfortunately, here comes a negative thing. So we are not gonna get a Ragnarok story chapter. With the current Ragnarok update that JP will get tomorrow and Global will get on Tuesday. So they basically write, we know that the story chapters are one of our mostly highly anticipated content, especially our original story chapters, and we would like to extend our sincerest apologies for not being able to deliver on the Ragnarok story chapters as early as we promised. In the next Ragnarok update, we promise to do our best to deliver a rich story chapter that will satisfy all your Ragnarok story needs. And this is like really bad, because what this basically means that is they sort of scuffed the resources they had. So basically they say, due to unexpected issues involving content and resource development, we have to sadly announce that the release of the new Ragnarok story chapter intended for this upcoming update will be delayed. Now they have already delayed a couple of things already, and I'm wondering if there's like some kind of internal issue with the Netmarble Grand Cross development team, because they already delayed like the Tristan cosmetics, right? I don't know if they just weren't ready with the Tristan cosmetics. Maybe they like pushed out Tristan early ahead of like the story chapter or whatever, taking up resources to try to craft that, to try to, you know, push out things for the 4th anniversary that maybe weren't ready. So they had to like put all their manpower into that basket to get everything done for the 4th anniversary, and then sort of the Ragnarok story fell through the cracks, right? They just weren't able to finish it. And yeah, we're getting some things delayed. It's not a good look for them. I feel like maybe they've spread themselves too thin, not just in the development of the Grand Cross game, but also they maybe took too many people out from the Grand Cross development and put them into the 7 Deadly Sins Origin development. Maybe there's something like that. I don't know. That's just speculations. I don't want to speculate too much into that, but yeah, let's just continue. So one good thing though is they're gonna open up the new World Tree Tower region, Memory of the Nether. And what this is, like, if you go in here and you go into the Memory of Yggdrasil, World Tree Tower, this one is gonna open. Now I want to announce this now, and I'll probably make a video for it tomorrow as well, but basically save your World Tree runes. Save as many of them as you can so that you can get all the rewards from here, because as you know, when we go in here, there's always like 5 of these that you have to beat until you get like the highest reward, the 5th tier, which grants you 88 of these fragments. The first one only gives you 50, so you will already be at a disadvantage in the beginning if you only have 2 of these runes. We only get 2 of these runes every day, so at a 12-hour interval we get 1 more rune. As you can see, I have 7 of them. I already spent my 2 today. I always try to keep at 9 because I was like, they're gonna release this one really soon. They're probably gonna release it any day now. So yeah, just try to save it. Maybe you save 1 every day and then you can like complete all 5 instantly. And in the exchange shop, in the Nether exchange shop, you will actually be able to buy some really cracked things. So if we have a look here, this is the update. So they're gonna release, of course, 5 new floors for this. You're gonna have to complete all of them to get the, well, maximum 88 of these orbs, and then you can use the orbs in the shop to buy the SSR crystals as well as LR enhancement material. So this one you will be able to get the legendary material, whatever it's called. I forgot what it's called. Legendary seal? Yeah, you're gonna be able to get legendary seals. I'm not sure exactly how many, it doesn't say. I guess we'll find out tomorrow on JP. So do save your World Tree keys or your World Tree runes or fragments or whatever they're called. Stones. Is it runes? I honestly don't know. I'll have to look. It's runes. Alright, World Tree runes. So save these runes, as many of them as you can. You will need 5 of them to complete stage 5. And after that, every day, of course, you can use 2 on that one, and you will be able to get your LR seals quite a lot faster. As well as like some of the demonic beast materials that you might be missing. So that's a really nice one to go for. But yeah, anyway, let's continue. Additionally, in the dev notes, they're talking about some new content that's under development that's coming in the future, potentially. The Grand Cross. We've had some things in the past that they talked about that they were gonna introduce into the game, and they sort of never did. So yeah, take this with a grain of salt. These are currently things that they are working on. This might look completely different than what they are sort of explaining here anyway. Things might change drastically, but yeah, anyway. So they're basically gonna make some PvP and PvE content. This is a mistranslation. This is a mistranslation. It should be PvP and PvE. So they're talking about, first, we're preparing a new game mode on the demonic beast battle. And what this appears to be is like some type of seasonal content where you're gonna face off some different demonic beasts in a similar like demonic beast battle. It might change. There's gonna be a shop that you will be able to like exchange for, you know, some sought out materials. That's gonna be really nice. I'm not sure how they're gonna do it. Maybe they're gonna do it like the Underground Labyrinth, where you get to, you know, select a team of predetermined units or whatever, and then you can like use that team to clear the content or try to beat the strategies, even if you don't have like the units. Maybe that's something they're gonna do. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see, but they're gonna make some kind of demonic beast PvE mode, I guess, a new one. And maybe this is where we're gonna get like the leaked Holy Relic armors or whatever was leaked. But anyway, next, let's talk about new upcoming PvP content. So basically this PvP content, they still don't say exactly what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be more accessible to players of lower levels as well, while also encouraging use of diverse team compositions. So maybe this is also gonna be like the Underground Labyrinth, where you get to pick like between a couple of different teams. I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure. This feels weird. While also encouraging use of diverse team compositions. Maybe it's gonna be like a couple of different PvP rules for the event or whatever, and then also like CC won't matter because everyone will have like universal stats or something. I don't know. Is that how they're gonna like do it for like players of lower levels? I suppose. We are extra careful about releasing new content, mainly because we don't want to overwhelm our nights with more game content. Is that why we're not getting the Ragnarok story? Nah, probably not. In order to prevent that, we are carefully looking into different ways to introduce the new content while also ensuring an enjoyable gaming experience where they should just release it, man. Like, yeah, I guess it can be overwhelming if you have like a hero arena and an underground labyrinth and a new demonic beast battle and a new PvP mode, and you're just constantly like having to do those things that can take hours upon hours to complete. But still, if they release like one every week, like that's doable. Like, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Like, they should most definitely release more content more frequently and not just, oh, we're too afraid, guys. We're too afraid to release it. People might be overwhelmed. Yeah, but now we're feeling like underwhelmed. Even though we did get like the Hero Arena new game mode, we are getting some more content, I suppose. In different ways, but we're also getting less content. Like, where's the goddamn Ragnarok update? Like, a proper Ragnarok update with the story chapter. We're just getting a unit now. That's ridiculous, man. But anyway, let's go into the patch notes. Let's have a look at TYR. So, I do have like the Yandex translations of his skills, so they might be a little bit scuffed. I couldn't find the official translations, or not the official translations, but you know, really good translations. I'm not in a Discord server like that, so if anyone knows a Discord server where they translate unit skills as soon as they come out, like with proper translations, then yeah, let me know. Actually, I'm not gonna use the Yandex translations. They're kind of scuffed, so I'm just gonna go to Reddit, and from the post of Shinzawa here, we got a better translation, so we might as well just have a look at it. We're gonna open that up. We're gonna open this up. There we go. Now we can have a closer look at it. So at the start of battle, grants a volatile effect to a particular ally and provokes the enemy during the first turn. 5% damage to a particular ally in battle. Increase your critical damage by 45%. Also during one turn on all enemies at the start of ally's turn, it gives 40% reduction effect on critical resistance. So they get a crit resistance reduced. You get your crit damage increased by 45%. The ally who gets the volatile effect gets 5% increased damage. Also increasing their damage by up to 50%, or attack power, I guess attack by up to 50% based on like missing HP, and increases damage that by, this was 15%, but is it 1.5% single attack? I'm not sure. But he also has a unity, so just like Roxy of Madness, he gets a unity. And it says, of a particular ally which the unity effect has been applied, critical defense is increased by 60%. And I'm pretty sure this doesn't go up to 60%. Yeah, here it says 20%. Is that a mistranslation then? 20% crit defense might be at 1/6 perhaps. There's no way this isn't gonna be like a 1/6 to 6/6 type thing. But that honestly seems kind of nice, and maybe if you put it on the new collaboration Roxy, that just should be like super crazy. She's gonna be such a tank in that case. So he has 2 attack cards, and one is an AoE card and one is a single target card. We thought this animation would be for a single unit, though it appears to be a AoE attack. So basically his single target attack deals pierce damage to one single enemy, and his AoE attack does weak point damage to all enemies. His ultimate increases allies attack related stats by 30%. It goes from like 5% at 1/6 to 30% at 6/6, and deals a set amount of damage to all enemies as a 3 times crit chance. So basically he's always gonna crit. I do believe he has quite a lot of crit chance as well, like inherently, so he's pretty much always gonna crit with that attack, which is nice. His banner isn't the worst either. You got all the demonic beast units, and you got some other like really nice units that work in the demonic beast, like FREYR. You got Brunhild, Skadi as well, really nice unit. And Ragnarok Diane, if you want to sort of make a Ragnarok team, like he could work most definitely in a Ragnarok team with, I guess, FREYR. He got a new holy relic. We'll go over that in a bit. Sigurd, Freya potentially, this Diane in PvP. That could be really nice. So the banner itself isn't super bad. It's a 600 banner. So for 600 gems, you are gonna guarantee yourself 1 dupe of him. Will it be worth it? I'm not sure at the moment. I guess we'll do a video on it or talk about it later. So yeah. So we also get a new giant card set. We get a new holy relic for Light Liz and FREYR. This is really nice. So for the FREYR one, it says for each specific ally participating in battle, and the specific allies are Ragnarok or unknown race allies, increases their stats by 5% and the damage dealt by single target attacks by 5%. I mean, that's kind of nice, I guess. Like if you run him on a 4v4 team, that's gonna be 20% basic stats and 20% single target damage, which isn't super bad. So maybe it's meant to make like the Demonic Beast battles a lot easier, and it's not really a sort of really good PvP type Holy Relic, I suppose. But that's FREYR's one. And for the Liz one, it says for each ally participating in battle, increases damage dealt by 10% and reduces damage taken by 5%. And the specific allies are, of course, Goddess allies or the 7 Deadly Sins units. So basically what her passive already works with. So herself, 7 Deadly Sins units, or Goddess allies. But that's nice. Like in 4v4 situations, that's gonna increase damage dealt by 40%, damage reduction by 20%. And it says also before recovery is activated by the effect of her own passive. So as you know, like if you get 6 of her passive stacks up when you use 6 attacks with Goddess allies, 7 Deadly Sins units, or herself, you will get her all stat increase. And when you get her all stat increase, when you actually reach those 6 stacks, she will also heal for, was it 30% on all allies? But basically says, also before recovery is activated, removes infect effect on all allies. I mean, that should have just been straight up cleanses all debuffs or something. I don't know. Infect is very, very like specific. Maybe it's for like PvP, I suppose, to sort of work around the demon team. Maybe don't get too many like Lunamarga cleanse cards, and then you can have this Liz actually cleanse for you. So I guess that's kind of nice. But yeah, anyway. So we talked about this already. We're getting this. Most definitely get on it. So new cosmetics for tier, I think this one looks particularly good. There's a pirate one, and then I don't know what this is, like a mafia boss. He just has a pipe that he's attacking with. And then there's some Tristan cosmetics that look god awful. Like I don't like any one of these. They're terrible. And there's some shop things, of course. There's gonna be a login bonus where you're gonna get 6 SSR pendants, 46 star potions, and 20 Super Awakening coins. I guess the Super Awakening coins and SSR pendants aren't too bad, but yeah. This event is going to return, so basically you're going to be able to get the card set, or the cards for the card set, and some more goodies. So, you know what, we take what we can get. And the trashiest boss in Grand Cross history is coming back as well. You need like units that are going to apply ignites, such as Kyo. If you don't have Kyo, you can work with Monspeed, you can work with Kane, I think it is. Dana for Kane or whatever it is. The short dude, you can work with like Green Escanor against this boss. Because you basically need to apply like ignite effects to him to like bring it up to a certain threshold, and then he will be able to take damage. Otherwise, he's like basically immune to damage. And then there's like 2 phases, so it's kind of annoying, honestly. This fight is kind of annoying, but we're getting a rerun of this Brunhild cosmetics, which is kind of nice. So if you missed out on it, you'll be able to get it. It's like the best cosmetic. It's one of the art contest winners, and I honestly think this cosmetic just looks so good. The Hawk Pass is getting updated. This is JP though, so on global we just got the new Hawk Pass this week already. So we got the Mal. This one is what we're gonna get next week, which is a Transcendent Bang costume. All right, they're also adding these costumes for Esterosa and Derriere, and these stickers, I guess. There's some battle events, of course, and what is this? Improvements. So balance adjustment of Nidhogg boss. Of course, they already talked about this in the dev notes. So this is actually what they're gonna do. All right, so the beast gauge on phase 3 on floor 1, the gauge thing is gonna go from 200 to 100. That's really nice. And phase 1 on floor 3, so from 200 to 120. The same sort of thing that you need to use like pierce attacks and gold and silver attacks and stuff like that. So, but that's the patch notes. Let me know what you guys think of this update. There are of course some sad news. We're not gonna get the Ragnarok update just yet, and the Holy Relics aren't the best, and we are gonna get this, which is kind of nice. We're gonna get tier, which is kind of nice. I guess we just have to wait and see. Like some of the things are a W, some of the things are an L. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, with that, I think that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you liked it. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a most wonderful rest of your day, and yeah, I guess I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.